Baby bell. Alright. But this song goes out to you. That's nothing to do with that, don't worry. The embarrassment's over. I'm a fellow with a heart of gold. The ways of a gentleman I've been told. The kind of a fellow that wouldn't even harm a flea. Me and a certain character met the guy that invented the cigarette. Well, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Now it ain't cause that I don't smoke myself. I don't reckon it any health. I've smoked them all my life and I ain't dead yet. Nicotine slaves are all the same at a petting party or a poker game. Everything gotta stop while they have that cigarette. Say smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you puff yourself to death, we'll tell St. Peter at the Golden Gates. He hates to make it wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette. What do you think? Now I gave a chance the other night. Old Dame Fortune was doing me right. Hey, the kings and the queens just kept on coming around. I got a full and I bet 'em high, but my bluff didn't work on a certain guy. He just kept on raising and laying the money down. Now he'd raise me and I'd raise him. I was sweating blood, you gotta sink or swim. Then he finally called and he didn't even raise the bet. He said, "Ace is full, pal, how about you?" He said, "I'll tell you in a minute or two, but right now I just gotta have another cigarette." He said, "Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you puff yourself to death, we'll tell St. Peter at the Golden Gates. He hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette." The other night I had a date with the cutest girl in 48 states, an uptown, high-bred, fancy little dame. She said she loved me and it seemed to me that things were about as they ought to be, so hand in hand we strolled down Lover's Lane. She was oh so far from a chunk of ice and our petting party was going real nice. Help me, Robin, I think I'd have been there yet, just like this guy. She gave me a hug and a little squeeze. I said, "Ryan, excuse me please, but I gotta have a player's light." Said, "Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you puff yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gates. He hates to make it wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette."